ते मैं घर छड़ दिया, अब बस ने नहीं जाना।
हुस्न, हुस्न तो मेरे इर्द गिर्द फैला हुआ है।
भाई वाह 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 वाह, क्या रिपोर्ट लिखी है आपने।
आखिर ये सब क्या है? मैं ये सब कुछ कब तक बर्दाश्त करती रहूंगी? उसकी ज़्यादतियां तो हद से बढ़ती जा रही हैं।
जाना हमें छोड़कर तुम,
और हम मिलकर इस खामोशी को तोड़ेंगे।
आओ के तोड़े सब मिलकर खौफ और सितम की जंजीरें।
मैंने इन लोगों के साथ ज्यादती की है, पर मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, मुझे प्लीज माफ कर दीजिए। मुझे नौकरी से मत निकालिए, मेरे करियर मत तबाह कीजिए।
A case of 11 women was filed within the United Nations against one perpetrator, which became a landmark in sparking of reforms within the United Nations and a movement in Pakistan. It was filed on December 22nd, which became a day for civil society to mark the struggle against this issue for years. One of the key lessons learned from this case was that no matter how brave the women are in pursuing the case, they cannot do much until there's an anti-sexual harassment policy in an organization.
ASHA was in the beginning the name of an institution. Now it is a movement.
मुझे तो यहाँ 3 साल हो गए हैं इस जो है यूनिवर्सिटी में, और 3 साल में मेरे ख्याल में कोई एक दिन भी ऐसा कोई लड़के ने कमेंट ना दी हो।
देते हैं या सीटियाँ मारते हैं और आंखें मार देते हैं।
Work environment as well as public spaces have been heavily infested by the problem of sexual harassment. Realizing that individuals or even one organization cannot deal with this widespread cancer, a group of like-minded organizations came together and formed an alliance against sexual harassment called ASHA. It was launched on December 22nd, 2001.
और एक्चुअली एक तो ये है कि एक ड्राफ्ट मॉडल सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट एट वर्कप्लेस कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट.
ASHA realized that the issue at hand was complex, deeply rooted in our socialization, stigmatized and accepted in the society. The members developed a comprehensive strategy. It was decided to deal with the formal sector through setting up an anti-sexual harassment policy first, and later bring in the informal sector and public places with the help of national legislation.
पाकिस्तान में कोई लड़की ऐसी नहीं है जिसको कभी ना कभी सेक्सुअली हरास ना किया गया हो।
मैं ये नौकरी छोड़ रही हूँ, ये इस मसले का हल नहीं है, तो मैं क्या करूं?
क्योंकि जिनसी हरासियत का इशू इतना गंभीर और इतना आम फहम और इतनी गहरी जड़ों के साथ था कि हमें इस बात की ज़रूरत थी कि इसके हल के लिए कोई पॉलिसी या कानून बनाया जाए, क्योंकि सिर्फ अवेयरनेस रेजिंग से या सिर्फ बातचीत से इस मसले को हम हल नहीं कर सकते थे।
ASHA decided to then draft a code of conduct for the formal sector of Pakistan. This was based on a study of the local context, real problems of working women, analysis of our institutional structures, and a review of international policies and legislations. ASHA took this draft to all the provinces and invited stakeholders like employers, employees associations, labor unions, policymakers, law enforcing agencies, academia, civil society, and government representatives. Now the term sexual harassment is used by the senior most government officials, but when ASHA started working, this term was tabooed. ASHA had to coin terms like Code of Conduct for Gender Justice, instead of simply calling it anti-sexual harassment policy, to make it acceptable for stakeholders.
ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम इसको प्रॉपर्ली डिफाइन करें, हम ये समझें कि ये किसके दरमियान होता है, ये क्यों होता है, ये कैसे होता है, ये किन फॉर्म्स में आता है, इसको हमने साइंटिफिकली देखना है इसको।
Their feedback gave it more substance and ownership and made people realize the need for such an initiative nationwide. We were then able to finalize the draft in an apex meeting where 2 senior government ministers for labor and women signed off the code in the presence of civil society, employers and employees. Regardless of the support at the ministers' level, the then cabinet showed resistance in adopting it as an HR policy for themselves.
इसलिए मैं काफ़ी डिप्रेस भी हुआ था वो कहानी पढ़ के, क्योंकि उसके अंदर इतनी छोटे छोटे कामों के लिए इतनी कोशिशें, मेहनतें, कॉन्टैक्ट्स, जो काम शायद किसी और मुल्क में एक फ़ोन कॉल पे हो जाए उसके लिए कई महीने इनको लगे। तो मैं दाद देता हूँ आशा के लोगों को कि उन्होंने हिम्मत नहीं हारी, उन्होंने गुस्से में नहीं आए, फ्रस्ट्रेट नहीं हुए, अपने आप को कायम रखा, मुस्तकिल मिजाजी दिखाई।
Asha continued to engage with the government while shifting the focus to the possibility of persuading the private sector to adopt the code voluntarily. Asha established the phrase sexual harassment in the local context for the first time in our society. Media became a partner in reinforcing this articulation and jointly raising awareness on this issue. Asha took the code to the private sector as a mechanism to transform the work environment. The response was positive. In order to set this trend, Asha introduced annual awards for the most gender-friendly companies and invited celebrities to provide encouragement for the managements to join the progressive employers cadre. Over the years, more than 300 companies adopted the code. They included organizations like Avari Hotels, Jio Television, Atak Refineries, PSO, Shell, etc.
मशावरत हुई तमाम सूबों में और हमने उसको फाइनलाइज़ किया और वो अपनाया गया, ख़ास तौर पे प्राइवेट सेक्टर में। हुकूमत जो थी उसने कहा अभी हम थोड़ा सोचेंगे, लेकिन प्राइवेट सेक्टर ने उसको फौरी तौर पे अपनाया।
Parallel to these efforts, Asha continued to engage with the government, showing them the results they had been producing in the private sector, and demanded at a minimum an amendment in the rules of the Civil Service Disciplinary Act. There was a lot of resistance in the bureaucracy for merely adding the definition of sexual harassment under misconduct for government employees, and something they eventually declined. Asha was not restricted to its limited members, but had turned into a massive nationwide movement for working women, developing partnership with media, labor unions, chambers of commerce, staff associations, and several other platforms which now believed in the mission of Asha.